Children, today we'll discuss allotropic forms of phosphorus. Allotropic forms of phosphorus means they'll be having different physical look. Though they are same element, they will be having different physical look, different physical properties. Okay, so this phenomena, this thing is known as allotropic forms. So if somebody asks you what are the allotropic forms of phosphorus, so you should say that white phosphorus, red phosphorus, and black phosphorus. In black also, somebody has classified as alpha and beta, but okay, at least you should know that three major allotropic forms of phosphorus exist. So let us see white phosphorus, red phosphorus, and black phosphorus. Okay, so we can say that white phosphorus exists in discrete unit, okay, discrete units, that is P4. P4 is the unit of that material, solid material of white phosphorus. Okay, this is the solid. So P4, 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 P4. This will be the situation, and that's why less melting point, because between these two units only weak van der Waals force works. Okay, that's why its melting point is comparatively less than red phosphorus. What happened in red phosphorus and black phosphorus? Let us continue. See, in white phosphorus, what happens? So this is the bonding between four atoms of white phosphorus. This angle is about 16 degree. So we can say that high strain is there between these bonds. Okay, high strain, because generally phosphorus want to be some in tetrahedral unit, that is angle 109 degree 28 minutes. So instead of that angle, that expansion, they are forced to be in 60 degree, so they are in high strain. So they immediately want to break these bonds. Whenever they get opportunity, they want to break the bond. Okay, so they are in waiting position. Okay, as soon as somebody gives a chance, immediately they breaks the bonds and ready to react. So we can say that they are highly reactive also, highly reactive, because the bonds are in high strain, highly reactive. Okay, they are so much reactive that even immediately they react with oxygen also to form, okay, P2O3. Okay, or they can form P2O5, like this, depend upon excess availability of oxygen. Got my children? These points are very clear to you. Immediately they burn. Okay, they burn in presence of air. In air, oxygen is less, but if you provide pure oxygen, immediately they will convert into P2O5. Remaining structures I have discussed in previous class. Okay, oxides of phosphorus. So this is the position. So highly reactive, and they, as soon as they come in contact with oxygen, they start burning. That is, so in dark you will feel that some glow is there. Okay, that is known as chemiluminescence. Chemiluminescence. Okay, some chemical burns and give bright look, that is known as chemiluminescence. Okay. Phosphorescence. Phosphorescence. From there only this phosphorus word has been extracted. So white phosphorus show chemiluminescence. They immediately comes in contact with oxygen to form oxides. Highly reactive. Molecules are in high strain. Their atomicity, atomicity is 4. Atomicity is equal to what? 4. Because in one molecule, 4 atoms are there, and their bondings are of this type. Please see the bonding. Next is because they are polar in nature, no, so they are insoluble in water. Okay, and insoluble in water. Okay, but I think little soluble CS2, carbon disulfide. Let me see once again. Okay, children. So this is the thing which you have to note it down. And glow in dark, I told you already, chemiluminescence. And poisonous in nature, highly poisonous, definitely highly reactive, yes. So this is the position of white phosphorus. You have seen this reaction also. P4 in NaOH, okay, and water. What they will give you? PS3 plus NaH2, sodium hypophosphite, NaH2PO2. Children, this reaction we have already discussed in during oxidation state, that it is in intermediate oxidation state. This is -3, this one is +1. So this is an example of disproportionation reaction. Okay. So these are about white phosphorus. Okay. So I don't think that anything more information is required. Okay. So you can think about okay. So from here you can see that it gives the preparation of pH3 also. pH3, okay. हेलो, हाँ भैया प्रणाम, ऐसे ही मैंने पता चला तो हम वही सोच रहे थे माँ कैसी है करके हॉस्पिटल। हाँ अच्छा अच्छा। So children, in the red phosphorus, okay, what happens? See, high melting point. I told you, why? See, generally when you heat white phosphorus, okay, when you heat white phosphorus, when you heat, then only you will get red phosphorus. So what happens actually? The thing is that this P like this. Okay, when you heat, this bond breaks. I will tell you, ये bond टूट जाता है बच्चों, ये बॉन्ड टूट जाने से they keep on arranging like this. My point. So these are chains. So see, what is the thing to note down is see, now here van der Waals force is there. Waals force is there. In white phosphorus, van der Waals force was between these two molecules, small attraction force. Here the van der Waals force is between two chains. Between two chains. Got my point? So here van der Waals force is more. So that's why melting point is higher than white phosphorus, and that is why it is less reactive also. Less reactive. Why? Because somewhat more stable than white phosphorus. Now the angle is not 60 degree. Okay, because of this cleavage of this bond, now angle also little bit in relaxation mode. Okay, children. So less reactive and non-poisonous. Then do not burn in O2. Okay, in air it will not burn automatically or spontaneously. Okay, spontaneously. Okay, no chemiluminescence. Okay, so these are something about red phosphorus. Okay, non-poisonous, exist in chain. Atomicity is very high. Atomicity is polymeric. No, polymeric. We can't say anything. Polymeric. So these are about red phosphorus. And insoluble in water as well as CS2 also. Neither in water, neither in CS2. Because see, such a strong attraction force. Okay, so if they will try to dissolve in CS2, that much attraction force will not be developed as it is in before dilution. So it will not dilute, it will not dissolve in either water or CS2. So these are something about red phosphorus. Non-poisonous, non-odor, no odor, odorless, no odor. Okay, so these are our some facts about red phosphorus. So what about black phosphorus, children? So we will write something over here about black phosphorus. Black phosphorus. Black phosphorus, you know, see, after breaking this unit, this type of chain is formed, and after that, okay, see, we will try to show you that still this bond is there. Okay, these bonds are there. Okay, children, but in black phosphorus what happened? Okay, see, such type of things happen. Everywhere. Again P is there, like this. P, linkage P. Such type of three-dimensional network is there. That's why not soluble in water, CS2 or anywhere, non-reactive, no poisonous nature, okay, high melting point, 3-dimensional. So children, we can say order of melting point is black phosphorus, then red phosphorus, then white phosphorus. So these are about some allotropic forms, children. You should get